gentlemen, and other creatures, welcome back to another episode of 20 Minutes to Pick Up. I am Lynn Ferguson. Say Ferguson. You say Ferguson?
Ferguson.
Ferguson. That sounds kind of...
Ferguson.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that. I do. And this is Asdru Sierra from MacLeod, Abstracto, General Musical. Hey, you know what? I read that it says you're the lead singer. Are you the lead singer?
That's a rumor, yeah.
So do people... No, the reason I'm asking...
They're the guys sing too.
No. But the reason I'm asking is because traditionally, right, the lead singer is the person that gets the underpants thrown at them. Have you ever had underpants?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, I try not to touch them because some of them are used. So if you think
is
about
it girls
that,
or boys that throw their underpants?
It's girls.
Girls.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I suppose that's probably a good thing because boys' underpants, no offence.
Yeah.
So,
and they're usually really big ones too.
Big pants.
It's like he goes, "Is this a parachute?"
But like, what do you do? Is there a moment when you go, "Oh, hey, I'm now that guy that gets pants thrown at me"? Do you know what I mean? Is there a moment of realization when you go, "Man, that's pants"? Because you must feel kind of pride to a degree.
I'm flattered. Yeah, definitely. Somebody who's willing to give up. Like sometimes they're really good, like Mark underwear. You know.
Yeah.
Like, Prada or something.
Yeah.
Whatever girls like, you know. It's not always like, you know, Kmart or something.
Yeah. Well, you know, Kmart does it okay. They do okay underwear. You know, Mark throws his pants at me sometimes, but it's only
to do the laundry.
Yeah, just because he's missed the laundry basket. Pants.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Like that. I don't. I do all the work around the house.
Look, this is your only friend here, and he doesn't believe it. Do you believe it? No. Right, so the reason we're having another podcast, right, this podcast is because in the last podcast, hold on to your excitement, we were debating whether Solomon King and She Wears My Ring, 6'8", 18 stones of hunka love was going to stay or go. And we just listened to Donkey Serenade, which seemed a little bit racist.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit racist. And so I'm thinking... I don't know yet, but I'm thinking that Solomon King may be going. So, where are we with Solomon King? Is he staying or is he going? 6'8", 18 stone, hunka love.
Do we have anything else to listen to? I mean, it was cool. I love the big orchestra.
All right, okay. What about Arrivederci? Do you know what? I think, here I have to say to you, if he's racist, what's fortunate is he's not just sticking to one race. He's having a go at everybody, right? and you have to congratulate him for that.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, the White Cliffs of Dover.
White Cliffs of Dover, right?
Listen to that one.
Okay. That song does make me cry, actually.
It does?
Yeah, but...
In a good way or in a bad way?
Well, you know what? I think there are some songs that are so representative of a time that I cannot concept on what it must be like to send someone off to war and not know whether they're going to come back.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. So so that always makes me, because I'm very self-centred. Where are you? Oh, there he is, number 4. Hey, it's number 4 on the other side as well, so you must just like... Is that your lucky number, 4?
No.
Okay, well, I don't... Okay.
Let's hear it.
It's coming.
It's a little lackluster, but it's cool.
It doesn't work for me.
Yeah. Want to try another record? Or?
Okay, but no, well, we need to know the future of Solomon King.
So Solomon King, we can make something up?
No, you decide whether I get to keep him or whether you think I should...
You should keep him, because the arrangements on that are pretty dope. And his voice is great, it's just I don't think it was the right song for him.
Yeah, really?
Go,
Maybe Hava Nagila would work. He does do...
Well, yeah, I mean, his name is Solomon King.
Yeah. Hey, don't you be racist about
No, really, that's what his whole thing is.
Maybe he might be Scottish and his mother just watched Fiddler on the Roof.
The dude's from Kentucky. See? Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah. Make a corner for himself in England. If he's 6'8" and 18 stone, it better be a bloody big corner.
Solomon began his training as a Jewish cantor.
Alright.
Then studied opera.
Back to you. Right, give us another record, come on. So I'm keeping him. Have you got another one?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Oh, blimey, you can't get the help nowadays.
Alright, let's see.
So, do you have a favourite record?
Me?
I mean, yeah, you. Do you have a favourite?
I like... Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh,
yeah, you like this one?
Yeah.
Closer. Joy Division. Joy Division, Closer. You like these guys? You do?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
Totally.
I would have thought you were too perky.
Perky?
Yeah, you're. Except, though, I have to say, in Abstracto, that album, because he played it in the car, it's very good. You're quite angry, aren't you? You're quite angry. Wasn't there revenge and stuff like that? Well, I mean, I don't even speak Spanish, but I could tell there was, like, stuff going on.
Well, I was reading a lot of Shakespeare at the time.
Were you really?
Yeah, actually, one of that song, there's one called Venganza, which means vengeance.
Yeah.
It's just when I was reading Hamlet, and found out the whole thing, how they duped his dad.
You like?
Yeah, it was pretty rad.
You like Shakespeare?
I love Shakespeare.
Ah.
And I hear that you are actually classically
I
trained.
never did Shakespeare, but I did do. In fact, when wasn't long after we met, was it, that I did the National Theatre? I was in National Theatre, wasn't I? Remember?
Yeah, I don't know. The time was tricky those days.
It was tricky.
Yeah.
It was fun.
We were so full of,
Drink.
full of love.
It was before we had kids. But I was. Do you know Brecht? Do you know Bertolt Brecht? No. Oh. He's my favourite. I mean, I like the Shakespeare, and I think there's lots of clever things, and I like all the quotes, and I like the iambic pentameter, and I think that, I mean, you can't... Do you know what it is? I sort of doubt that Shakespeare is one guy. And I'm sorry, Shakespeare people. I'm sure you know that it's one... But I have a feeling that it's like more than one guy, and then that kind of makes me annoyed. Like, it's like the Edison thing, because Edison didn't invent all the things that Edison said he invented.
So it was an Italian guy, right?
Well, who was it? His neighbour or something like that? And like Edison, just saying Edison might not have been as nice a guy.
There's a few people he ripped off.
Yeah.
He knew a guy in the patent office, and so he put a patent in like minutes before the real one, because they delayed the real one.
Yeah.
Apparently, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
I'm sure he's not going to sue.
No. But I'm sure he's not going to watch, frankly. But But, no, with Bertolt Brecht... Oh, you'd like Brecht. He's awesome. Cool. Awesome. Anyway, so I like him. Joy Division. What do you feel?
What I feel about Joy Division? It's amazing music, amazing songwriter, very tortured soul, great story. I wish he was still around.
Yeah. Do you think if he was still around, he'd have done happy music?
I think he would stick with what makes him money.
Yeah.
At that point, if he figured out, if he actually sobered up or whatever and got some help, he would figure out, oh, I could just make money off of this.
Yeah, but I wonder if he'd have got happy,
like happy music, like he would start wearing orange or something.
Yeah, I know, it's great to be in love and it's magic and sometimes I'm lonely.
I think that record wouldn't do as well.
No, I know. It's like, do you know the Happy Mondays? Have you ever listened to the Happy Mondays?
No.
Oh.
What is that?
It's they were this Manchester band that came out. I guess they were the 90s as well, and they did. They did this album called "It's Great When You're Straight." Oh, was that was Black Grape? They did Black Grape.
It's great when you're straight.
Yeah, no, but they were like always out their head on drugs. It was part of the big drugs things.
Oh, straight as in
not
sober?
straight as in
Oh, straight as in sober.
Yeah. And. Yeah, I remember. I reviewed that album with Brian Eno.
Brian Eno?
Me and Brian Eno reviewed that album. We both decided it was good. And I said, and I know nothing about music, like as you noticed. And I said that I thought that music, in my opinion, was either to get dumped to get it on to, or to do your vacuuming to. And he said, you know what Brian Eno said? Said David Byrne says exactly the same thing. So me and David Byrne are Scottish, and that's about all we've got in common, right? So are we keeping that one? We're keeping that one.
Okay, yeah.
All right, give me another one. See, I don't even have respect for him anymore. I'm just like, give me another one. Give me another one, you Grammy-winning creatures. You've won a Grammy, haven't you? How many Grammys have you won?
3.
3 Grammys. Show off. Don't you come here with your I've won 3 Grammys attitude. How many albums have you done? How many albums have you made? Go on. Can't even make up the number.
No, I can't.
Right, okay. So Crosby Classics. Bing Crosby. Was he the one that used to beat his children? Was it Bing? I think it was, yeah.
He's also kind of a racist too.
He was he one of the gun tones?
I got you.
Do you know what though? I think he might have been. I
heard something, but I didn't want to I heard some crazy stuff about him.
Yeah, no, I think he wasn't this charming creature that you see in the cover. Although in my head, because I'm not one of his children and I never met him, I still like to think that he's a warm guy that wears a cardigan. Right?
I mean, I still like what he did with the guy from your neck of the woods on that side.
Oh, the David Bowie thing?
Yeah.
Did you like that?
Yeah, that was cool.
Do you like David Bowie? Do you like
Hells yeah.
Yeah, well, because the thing I think with David Bowie is that even if you don't like David Bowie, and some people don't, right? Just saying, so I've met some and they don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That you'll always like one of his songs. There's
Yeah.
at least one song that you'll go, actually, that's a really good song. That's the thing with David Bowie, you know.
Yeah.
I sat next to him once in a theatre. Very short. Yeah.
He's short?
I
I don't know. I guess I kind of picture him like he was in that movie. What's the one where he played a bad guy and I think it was Tom Cruise in it or something? Was that
Oh, yeah. Well, you're talking about Tom Cruise. Everybody's shooting.
Oh, yeah.
Tom
That
Cruise.
guy's a little...
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I heard he got mad because he lost his part being one of those Oompa Loompas, right? At anyone.
What, the Tom Cruise did?
Yeah.
Tom Cruise scares me. He does.
Why?
Because he's...
Oh, you can't talk about that stuff.
Yeah,
though,
no,
'cause
that's
you
what
never
I mean.
know.
No, but I mean that. I
Crazy.
think he might be like a little bit crazy.
A little bit.
I don't know. I mean, I've never met him. I don't know. I'm sure he's lovely.
Maybe we should have him on so that at least...
Do you know what? Tom Cruise is probably watching
watching
this
this right
podcast right now saying, God, my career... Mission Impossible would be nothing compared to doing 20 minutes to pick up with... Did I even set... You know what? I didn't even set the timer this time.
Oh, you're kidding.
I don't... we're still at 20 minutes.
And 2 seconds.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll do another 10 minutes, right? How's that?
Right.
It's a science. Shut up. This is like really well sorted, this podcast. Right.
This is quite... Yeah,
Wales?
This is slick.
Slick. Right. So, Bing Crosby, what'd you think?
I like his voice. I like that collab that he did with what's his face, the Changes guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as a guy, you wouldn't hang out with him, would you? Or would you?
I think he would have like a really cool house to hang out in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Palm Springs are too hot for you.
Yeah, too hot.
No, he had a house out here in Burbank.
Did he really?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a bit.
Horse ranch and everything, you know.
In Burbank?
Well, actually, it's Toluca Lake.
Yeah. Do you ride horses?
Yes,
You
I have
do?
ridden horses.
No, but what's your hobbies? Like when you're
My
not...
hobbies?
Yeah, you not go like, because some people do the horse thing. I don't understand it myself. It seems a lot of dung for me. It's a lot of dung. Right?
Dung? You
Dung.
like poop?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't like the... In fact, the thing when people talk about Florence...
Oh, I can't not tell that story.
Tell a story.
No, I can't tell it.
Tell a story.
No, it's
Florence?
disgusting. We went to Florence and it's beautiful.
Italy.
Like
Right.
Italy, not
Yeah.
Florence.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
LA.
beautiful. And then
No, Italy.
we were eating breakfast, and on the table next to us, a pigeon pooped on the table.
Right.
And that kind of put me off, so I looked away, and I said, "Don't look." And Lynn couldn't help but look, and there was a dog trying to eat horse poop
In
and really
Sweden.
struggling with it. And that's
chewy.
just our picture of Florence. That's our one takeaway.
I'm sorry,
Picture
Italy. Sorry, Italy.
of Florence.
But there you go. Sorry, great artists.
And it moved us so much that we left that day.
Yeah, we did.
We're
Really?
like, enough of this.
No.
poop.
Man, there was so many other things to see, right?
No, but there was a lot of poop.
Yeah,
There was a lot of poop going on. I think we just went in.
Everywhere.
Yeah, it was poopy season. It was
Everywhere.
poopy season. Yeah.
Wow. You know, if you had to eat some sort of poop, I think horse poop is pretty healthy. I mean, all they do is eat, like hay.
I'm not eating poop.
No,
I'm
just
not
saying.
eating poop. Although I think technically there is a thing if you eat vegetables or something like that, then you eat a bit of poop.
No, well, there was these. I did this. I participated in this scholarship program at NASA with these kids, and
Oh, you did?
yeah. Well, anyway, that's not the point. But there was these really smart kids that came up with a way to survive, like do different kinds of things. Like one tried to invent the most longer lasting battery for electric cars, and these other kids. There was this group of 5 kids that came up with a way of how to reprocess your human waste and eat it in case you get caught in some sort of survival thing out in outer space. So they found out a way, and a lot of it had to do with, so they had to actually test it with each other. Well, all the boys, there was one girl, you could tell she was skinny and kind of fit, and she wasn't a carnivore or nothing, but it turned out she was vegan. Her poop, they said after they ate all of each other's poop, her poop actually tasted the best.
Wow.
What? It's true, they did. And they came up with a way to process it. Like if they ever get stuck in space and you have to wait like a month or so, you could keep eating your poop. And they found a way to process it so it's actually chewable and profitable.
Did you see this?
Not
stuff
often
about-
I'm speechless.
Yeah,
Do you know what? It's
that's
not often
true,
I'm
actually.
speechless,
I'm
but
enjoying this.
Okay.
I think they won the scholarship.
The poop eaters.
Yeah, poop
It's a
processing.
good name for a band, actually.
Poop eaters.
Poopy.
Sounds a bit like the Foo Fighters. Do you think the Foo Fighters were maybe called the Poop Eaters before that?
No, that's because they poop. They
Yeah.
throw poop at each other.
The Poo Fighters. You're making that up.
Yeah, maybe.
You with your NASA and your Grammys and your albums. Right, have you got any more albums there, or is that it?
No, there's another one.
Alright.
Oh, hey, weren't you talking about these dudes?
What dudes? Oh, yes, the Water Boys, yes. In fact, where was it? Edinburgh, we made them wait, or we went on. There was a place called Carlton Studios in Edinburgh, and we used to play with the Water Boys and a band called We Free Kings, and you know what? I'm very glad that there was no kind of mobile phone recording time for that time. And anybody who was at the Carlton Studios on those nights, I think you'll know what I'm saying. So do you like these guys?
Yeah, I dig them. Especially when they got a guy that plays some drums. You see the thing here? Like organ, Delahaye, saxophone, Anthony Thistle-Waste. Wow, what a name.
They were proper. Like, I'm not. You know what? I'm not saying you're not a proper musician, right? Because how would I argue with your fucking Grammys and your NASA things? But I feel that musicians are kind of, you know, less worldly than you. In my experience, when you meet musicians, some musicians, this is, I'm digging myself into a hole. But you know what I mean? They're kind of people who don't really think on the same plane as anyone else, but where I think that you can choose what planes you like to think on. Do you know what I mean? Because you're quite practical in your own way, and then other times you go into fluffy musician way, well, I think. But these guys, I always think they were kind of fluffy musician-y guys, you know.
Fluffy as in fat?
No, fluffy as in they were all kind of singing songs about the moon and everything like that, and when you're talking to them, if you said to them, like, you know, do you want your dinner? Right, they'd be like, oh, I'm playing a guitar and thinking about their dinner.
I think when I write music, it's whatever inspires me, and sometimes a shiny day doesn't really do it for me.
Can I ask, right? So, like, when you're writing music, how do you write it? Do you, I mean, like, I don't need to know technically how do you write it. Like, do you do it in notes? In fact, can you read music? Can you read music? Because some people can't, and they write music.
Yeah,
Right?
I went to study music for film, composing and arranging, orchestrating in school. I could write for orchestra and stuff. And I have, yeah.
You've written for an orchestra as well?
Yeah, I've done stuff.
So you've written for an orchestra, you've got 3 Grammys, you've been in NASA.
But there's no real set way of writing music, because it's kind of a creative plane, you know, like you were saying.
What does it start with? For you, what does it start with?
Well, it's funny because after all these years, the best way that I found to write something, I came up with a 5, 10, 15 minute timer thing. I put my timer on, in 5 minutes, if I can't come up with a good hook, I move on. If in 10 minutes I can't come up with a good hook and verses, and you know, I move on. If in 15 minutes, I set my timer, I can't come up with a complete song that I could actually start producing and doing something, then I move on.
Wow. What do you move on to?
The next song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I just come up with an idea. It's just start writing, just whatever it is, and then just kind of go with it. You kind of exercise that creative muscle, you know. And for going through so much and trying to come up with a way without regurgitating what you already have, or trying to reinvent yourself, rather it be something honest and you just come up with it. Because if it doesn't come quickly, you know, if you don't write it quickly, then move on. It's okay. You're a creative person.
Yeah.
If there's something that's a really good gem, collaborate with somebody else, see if they can help you out with it. But for me and for myself, all the songwriting, especially like Abstracto, you know, when it's just me writing.
I like Abstracto. I do like Abstracto.
But like something like that, you know, I just write it all the way through.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of keeping that ball rolling, you know.
In fact, when I was listening to Abstracto, that was one of the reasons why I thought, like, you would like Brecht. Because, do you know Kurt Weill? Do Do you know Kurt Weill? He's like a musician guy that used to work with Brecht. Yeah, you'll like him. I'm not your mother. I'm not telling you you will like him, but I have a feeling you might.
Yeah?
Because when I was listening to Abstracto, I was like, oh, this is a bit Brechtian, man. This is a bit, oh. Yeah, no, like with your trumpets and stuff like that. Yeah, oh, no, you would like him. Oh, Kurt Weill wrote Mac the Knife. Mac the Knife? No,
oh, yeah.
But like he's written all these other songs, and they did a whole load of other songs that are amazing. And but I think you'd like him.
Yeah, I dig that, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, with Ozamali, it's 6 dudes getting together and whatever. It's like a committee.
I bet you smell. I bet
on the bus. Yeah. My wife was actually pregnant on a roll with us in the bus, and she said it was really hard because when you're pregnant, I guess your senses go up. Yeah, people don't know the glamorous side of the anti-glamorous side of music. 6 guys together, you just know it's going to smell of socks. You just know it is.
Plus the parrot to the side of it. I'm just thinking it's just I don't know. It's like Drew and the parrot.
Drew. You like that parrot?
I love the parrot.
Right. So, how many people are in Ozamali now?
It started with 14 back in '95. 15.
14. How was that?
It was not economically feasible.
How did you get rid of them? Did you just go, I'm sorry, you only play the triangle, you're out?
Well, we didn't try to get rid of anybody, but sometimes some guys, they couldn't go because they have families or they didn't want to do the risk of being in a band. Because it wasn't always like glamorous. We weren't like living in...
We weren't always winning Grammys.
Oh, yeah. And Grammys don't come with a check, you know.
Do they not? No. What did they give you then? They just give you a thing?
They just give you this big gold thing that you can pawn every once in a while. I'm kidding.
I'm fascinated by that. Did you not even get... Because you hear all these things about award ceremonies and Grammys, you know, like Grammys are kind of, I'd have to say, quite big. So you hear things about award ceremonies and then, like, do you get lots of freebies if you get a Grammy? Did people go, oh, you got a Grammy here?
Well, one thing's for sure, like, if somebody's trying to raise money to start some sort of a project, the fact that I won 3 Grammys, it really helps.
Yeah.
You know, so it says, okay. Like, if I ever get into an argument musically, creatively with somebody, it always... bring out like, this is my Grammy. Well, my friend here says that I'm right.
You do know. You do know. No, but you know, who was the girl that was in The Devil Wears Prada? You know that wee thin girl, Anne something. But she got paid, Anne Hathaway, I think it was her. She got paid, I think it was $500,000 just to wear a necklace to the Oscars.
Yeah.
Well, you're like, what? Zendi paid you.
Well, I remember getting gift bags with a lot of really cool stuff in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like stuff that I never even got to use now that I think about it. Like I got watches and like stuff.
Which is
like
a stupid thing to give a musician, really. Do you know what I mean?
Keep
like,
breaking.
Time? What's time to me?
No, but it was cool, man. There was a lot of really... I remember going to this one... Because before the Grammys, you get invited into this thing where all these companies want you to wear stuff, just like with Anne Hathaway there. And you walk into this place and you say, yeah, I'm nominated. You walk in and he says, here, wear this, wear that, wear this. And someone's like, oh, I would never wear that shit.
Yeah.
You know, but I think about it now. It's like I could have partnered up with somebody because I was so young and I was so anti-establishment, or it was all about the music, you know. And I could have yeah, I'm wearing a Pepsi shirt. You know, but
you wouldn't have done that, though.
Well, now you know, kids are kind of expensive, and I didn't really think about that at the time. I would have done it in a way that would have been a little more tasteful, not necessarily Pepsi, but other people that were around. You know, I would have done things a little differently now that I'm a little more grown up as a musician, which is weird.
But I think, you know what? Before you have kids, you've no idea what kids are going to do to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's that thing where you go, "Well, I'll be fine. They're not that expensive," and it's not until you've had them then you're like, "Oh,
yeah,
gee," you know. So I think that's a good... As part of being a kid yourself, actually, is making crap decisions. I do think that.
Yeah. But you learn from them, you know, like, you know, as soon as a kid gets some virus or an illness or something, after you spend all that money on the medicine, the doctor visit, even if it's $40, it all piles up, you know. And then all of a sudden they want shoes or, you know.
I know. Totally inconsiderate.
Well, for us, the fact is that they grow so fast.
God, I know.
Yeah.
Do you know our 12-year-old? Yeah, I don't even bother buying him pants anymore. I mean, like, I buy him underwear, but, like, I just mostly buy him shorts. No, because, he's 12 now, and he is 5'11", and he's, like...
He's a big boy.
Yeah, he's not Solomon King, though. He's not Solomon King.
18 stone.
Yeah, 18 stone. No, he's not. So there's no point, because, like, I buy him, like, trousers, And then, like, the next week he puts them on and he looks like he's a little orphan because they're too high. They look like they're, like, kind of capri.
Oh, what do they call that? High waters? Floodwater?
I wish, do you know what I wish? I wish they would do some kind of trendy ghetto thing that made those trousers, like, kids with trousers. Yeah.
No, so some kids do wear the pants up, but, you know, they're a little hipstery kind of thing.
I don't like the ones with the pants down. You know, the pants down.
They're sagging?
Yeah, no, I don't like the
See, that stuff started because there were hand-me-downs, and, you know, when you grow up in a, you know, lower income thing, the skinnier, younger kids would get the pants from the big kid, you know, and that's why they would wear those pants. Like, even... it somehow became like Cajun cooking. It's like they used to burn the heck out of food because it was about to go bad, and that's why it was blackened because you were burning off all the bad germs around it. It was nothing. All of a sudden, it became like ooh.
But I do like Cajun cooking.
Yeah, me too.
What's your favorite kind of food?
My favorite kind of food, it would have to be. I've been really partial to sushi, like really well cut sushi.
The raw fish. You like the raw fish? I can't be touching the raw fish.
No, there's some really good fish out there. I mean, I went to Japan, so I got to eat.
Oh, you went to Japan? Did you take your Grammys with you and all your albums? And did you take some kids from NASA?
How do you think I ate? It was free with those.
I'll not be paying. Here's one of my 3 Grammys.
Kind of like Picasso. You remember that's how he used to pay for his own food bills? He used to get the napkin and he would just draw something. Hey, you go. And that's how he would pay for his bills.
That is awesome though, and you would totally do it. I would cook for Picasso if he drew my napkins. That's not code, by the way.
That's pretty rad.
So you were in Japan and that's where you got your love of the fish.
Well, it was before Japan, but when I actually went to Japan and ate the real stuff, it's like haggis in Scotland. I bet it tastes better than it does here, right?
Haggis is awesome. It is awesome. And all you haggis haters, screw you, man. Haggis is... That's what haggis is. Do the thing. Haggis is... Yep, right. So you tasted the real fish.
Yeah, and it was amazing. And it was the art of the cut, of the art of the freshness, and doing it, just the presentation of simplicity and amazing taste. And actually, it's basically having the freshest fish under the best situation.
You know that
we should do that. We should do that.
What?
We should go ahead and get some sushi.
I'm not doing sushi.
I know.
I'm down sushi.
So,
I know a good
I'm
place.
just reminding
You guys. Well, wait a minute. I'll tell you how long you've got.
That's right, Mark.
Okay, you've got 5 minutes. Oh no, you've got less. You've got 4 minutes, and then you can go sushi eating. But do you know about blowfish testicles?
No, but I have eaten all sorts of weird stuff because I also went to different countries and ate weird stuff.
With your Grammys.
Well, I was a cultural ambassador to the United States State Department for a while, and I remember going to Tibet, and they gave me this thing that I guess was, I guess the reason they call them.
You were
boxes,
a cultural ambassador to the night. Run that by me again.
Cultural ambassador to the U.S. State Department.
Okay.
It's kind of lengthy, but all it was is the U.S. lost a lot of their integrity, and they kind of borrowed some.
By the Bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you could just say Bush, and I'd go, all right, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really want to do it. We didn't really want to do it because we didn't want to get tied to the U.S. But the guys that actually came up to us, they were like, we're not really for the Bush propaganda. He really made a mess of things, and we're really a bunch of hippies, and we just really want to make things better. It would really help if we had people that weren't suits and actually meet. Like,
and that's
people.
true, and I would think that it's good to be, because it gets a bit tiresome. It's certainly outside the US, there's a whole load of assumptions that Americans are all white and male. And that's, it's all guys in your band, but you're not all white. So, do you know what I mean, though? America is made of people who came here.
Immigrants,
yeah. And I don't know anybody who, I think you're from LA.
I was born in LA, but my family's from Mexico.
Yeah, see, I only know about you, who was born in LA. I think there's maybe you and the 4 other people that I met that were actually born in LA. Whereas everybody else, you're like, there's a lot of people from Ohio, I have to say.
Really?
I don't know if there's anybody left in Ohio, because there's a lot of people from Ohio here. Yeah,
they need to make room for the politicians, isn't it?
Yeah, well, maybe. So what's the weirdest thing you've eaten? Don't make this dirty.
No, I was in China, and everywhere we went, the city, whoever was in charge of the city was a representative would take us out to eat this really elaborate, amazing meals, feasts. And I remember there was this one time I just said, you know what? I was with our translator, and he says, just feed me whatever we got today, as long as it's cooked, and really good and fresh, and just don't tell me what it is until after I eat it. I was kind of playing with my life there, but
it
really was amazing, you know. So I ended up eating all these foods, and they told me what it was, and I was like, oh wow, that's what that was. And the only weirdest one was when I sat down to give us this appetizers, and there was a seahorse, like a beautiful little freaking seahorse, and I was like, oh, I can't eat that, man. And you see all the other guys, oh yeah, oh man, yeah, it's the best seahorse I've ever eaten. And I'm like, and I had mine in front of me. I was like, is it still alive? It's like it was so perfect and fresh, you know, but I didn't eat it.
No, you don't.
I couldn't eat the seahorse, man. That was just up.
Well, it is screwed up because you know that seahorses are one of...
I couldn't eat it.
Seahorse, stop being all these my pal, he's so sweet.
Oh, but let me tell you what I did like.
Well,
it was surprising. So they had this big giant pot that came in. It was all like broth or something. And I remember I was like, what the hell is this? And they gave it to me, and they tasted it, and it was so rich, and so it was kind of curry-ish. And the texture of it was a little like, it was meaty, but a little bit stronger, you know, and I really liked it, man. I was like, wow, this is like hearty, like, you know, comfort food in a way. And then all right, tell me what it is. And they told me it's cow heart braised, seethed into pig blood, and with broth and spices and stuff. And it was pretty damn good.
Wow. But
it was a big cow heart.
No. They're very feeling creatures, cows. They're very sensitive creatures. That's why they have the big hearts. I don't know why. I'm making shit up. I'm allowed to. Right. You've got 12 seconds. Is there anything you want to say?
Thank you, I'm Asdru Sierra from MacLeod. Very happy to be here.
Mark has a friend. He has a friend. Bye. Oh, so if you want to ask a question, I can't guarantee we'll answer it, but I'll try. You could tweet me a question at Lynn Ferguson, or you can make a comment if you're watching this on the video. And oh, you know what would be awesome? Can you share this? Thanks. All right. See you later.